Before coming out in civilization like this, we have been traveling for hours in the lost jungle that I started questioning myself why I had to take on that challenge. As you can see me here, this is Libreville, Gabon. But before I could get to this place, I had been coming from another place called Maisino, and for the past 8 hours, we have been driving in the lost jungle. No vehicles, no houses, no tarred roads. The only thing we could see are timber trucks and every other thing that makes this country looks like there is no development until a particular time came and we are finally in civilization. So you join me, let us see how this journey has been so far before we arrived here. This journey that I had in Gabon was something that took a whole day, and it's something that before we start, or the time that we were starting, I thought it was something going to be some few hours, and they also made me to understand that the journey was going to be some few hours until it finally began. We ran through different kinds of chaos. We maintained the roads by ourselves in some places. We saw other vehicles struggling. We equally met where they were maintaining the roads and other chaotic things that happened along the way. Actually, the first road trip that I did, I thought it was something simple until I engaged in another one. This one now is from a place called Avang, finally going to Libreville. So I hope that by the end of this video, I should be able to enter civilization, because if I am to cope like this, it won't be easy for me to stand. I couldn't just show you the Libreville, how it is flashy, but I had to also show you how I managed to get to that particular place. Something baffling me about Gabon is that one side looks like all the development in this world is there from the previous video we did about Libreville, and then now this is how one side looks like. I got a comment of a subscriber saying that they have actually concentrated the development of the country to a particular places, or to particular places like Libreville, which is a city center, and then they neglect other places, and I seem to understand what he meant. Like, look at the road that we are moving on. It is very, very muddy. There is no way for us to even move. My camera is shaking that I can't even stabilize. The only thing you see here, you see trucks that have come to carry timber, and that is just all. And irrespective of the fact that maybe these timbers might even be bringing income into the economy, you still see that they are being neglected. Now, what I don't understand is, why would they be neglecting a road that I feel that is actually a source of income to them? Why should they do that? Nevertheless, that is not the question of the day, but this is the worst place that we met, whereby we were completely stuck as the journey was just beginning because a truck failed on the way and there was no way for us to park. So we just realized that they are fixing the roads here, and There was no, we just had to drop from the car and then cross by foot. So literally, there was no way for us to enter the car. Just passed but this other way instead of this other road. I couldn't be talking because of noise, so we have finally crossed. What we just witnessed now is what you should be expecting as a traveler. There are places that will be beautiful, there are places that will be smooth, places that will be developed, and places that will be chaotic, just like where we have passed now. You can see the road now, it seems to be tarred because there is no disturbance here, there is no potholes here, even though it's not tarred. But this place seems to be the best experience we can have now because of the one we just passed. So when you are traveling, you should be ready for anything. 1 minute I am flaunting in Libreville, which is a beautiful city with very good roads and luxurious hotel. The next minute you are showing how you got there, and someone cannot even believe that that is the experience that you actually passed through before you could get to where you were going. All those mixtures is something that if you do not show people clearly and give them full information, they will never understand that that is what was going on or that is what had happened. This is just a typical example to show you that everywhere is not the same, and Gabon is a typical example to show that everything is not equally distributed. Because you can see, if they could tell you that those places I was showing in Libreville is part of a country and this is another part of that particular country, or for you to leave from one town to that particular part of the country you need to pass through roads that looks like this, would you ever believe? No. That is why I had to come up with all these initiatives to give you all the details the way it is, so that you can see it full-handed and understand that some places are not equally distributing development. The question we have for the Gabonese is, why will it be like that? Why will you allow your country to be in that nature? Now, what I was made to understand is that inside all this forest, or let me say this jungle, because we can't say forest, it wasn't made by man. Inside this jungle or this thick jungle, you will discover that there are a lot of trees there that can actually cure you of different sickness that you might encourage or you might encounter. This is the advantage that they have here, that anything that you are afraid of, or in terms of sickness, or if you contact any disease and you enter into this forest, you can always get the cure. So every single thing has an advantage and a disadvantage. The disadvantage being the fact that they have not developed the area, the advantage being that you can always get cure of a lot of things. But then the question I still have to give them is this: even if the forest is thick to the extent that, or to a stage where you can get any medication that you want, how does it stop you from tarring the roots? Or is it because the place where we are coming from is not really that developed that they had to ignore it like that? Question for the Gabonese. I also got some rumors that the population here is not much, so spending billions of francs CFA or millions of dollars just to tie a road that is going to a very small population is not going to be of help to the government, of which those people are not giving anything to the government. It is like a loss. Probably that's how the government decided to treat these people, or how the government interpreted this and saw it like a bad business. My own guessing. Now, just look at the bridges. No protection, nothing. Come on, Gabon, you can do better. What if the car could just fall here? God forbid, though. Recognize this man? That's Mr. Helen from the previous video that we were traveling on the dangerous roads in Gabon. He actually has been good that anytime I am going to a particular place, I prefer to use him. And he seems to be the highest professional driver that is good in handling these kind of roads. So I just noticed that anytime we are going to a place that is a bit chaotic and dangerous, or it's a bit hard, he is the one handling it with this very vehicle that we have been together on since the last video. So anytime you go to Gabon, you can look for Mr. Keith. Unfortunately, his contact is not here, but then that's just to have fun. At least you have seen his face, and you have understood that he's a very professional driver, Mr. Helen. I keep calling him Mr. Keith because I have previous experience with another driver called Mr. Keith. That's why I had to tell that. But this man is Mr. Helen, and he's good with his craft. Normally, this may not seem something serious for someone who is already used to, or for someone who spent his or her life moving in this kind of roads. But if you are someone that is already used to living in cities or town, whereby you are used to moving entire road, paved roads, this is where this becomes a problem. So it might be a problem for one person and it's not a problem for another person. Imagine people that have lived all their lives around here. They won't really see this as an issue. They will only see it as an issue when they go to other places and see how the change has come, and then they come here before they can realize that actually they were actually living backward, because it's actually really challenging moving here, and the bus has to be turning up and down. You see houses to show that this is settlement. There's a lot of settlement out here, though, even though it is a jungle, but there is a lot of settlement here. There are a lot of people living around here, but it seems like all things have been neglected. It seems like nobody is coming here for the maintenance of the road. It is only the cars that are passing here that you can see that it is their wheels that actually bring out this stress, because there is no clearing of the road. There is nothing maintaining the road. There is nothing making the road to be upright and clear. But look at these big trucks. They are actually coming here to come and carry cargo. They are coming here to come and carry timber. Now I believe that if they can invest much on this kind of trucks to come and carry timber, means that timber is actually bringing a lot of yield into the economy. But now the road that is leading to the place where the timber is coming from, why does it seem neglected? This is a question I've been asking, and you can notice it is not something I'm just saying. If you notice, you see that the camera is not too clear. This is because we are not in a smooth road. So immediately as I'm filming, as the camera shakes, I will also have to, as the car shakes, I'll also have to shake with the camera. That is how it is. So this is just an evidence. Sometimes I'm like here, sometimes I might be filming and then you see everything shaking. It's not my making, it's the fact that I am just working based on what has actually come across me. These are trucks that have actually carried timber. And I'm also wondering, how did they even survive coming with this timber and having no issue along the way? It's another magic that I'm still to trace out how they were able to come out with it without any issue. Kudos to the guys that are in charge of it though, because when they are actually wrong on this road, they are at a very high speed. The struggle continues. This teaches me one thing: to always be grateful for the one that you have. So always be grateful for the things that you have. There have always been a saying that where you are, it is another person's prayer point, it is another person's hope. And sometimes where you are hoping to be is another person's worst moment. There are actually some people somewhere praying just to have a road that is not tarred, but there is no way for them to link with other people. And now this is a road here, and we are complaining. Now there are some people that have tarred roads, but they are complaining that it is small. Look at others here that do not even have tarred roads. So one lesson I can bring from this particular journey, and I would like to express to every other person watching this video and at this stage, is that you should try everything possible to be grateful for what you have already, because it is not easy. Look at it here. This is just a clear example that one person's prayer point can be another person's God forbid, and one person's God forbid is another person's prayer point. This is just a clear. Now I am seeing this road to be like a God forbid kind of situation, but the people that are here, they are actually traveling with it without any complaint, because I seem to be the only person that had issues with this. Every other person that were on this, they didn't even have a problem. As I'm saying that I am just saying my own experience, because I've actually experienced other roads too, and I've shown you a lot of roads. So in case you are here and you haven't seen other road trips that I've done, other documentaries of road trips that I've done, kindly go back to the channel and see. Then you will see and understand why I had to label this road to be as bad as it may seem in the title of the video. Did you see that? Voila, those are things we passed through as we are coming. Now, this is another story that we have to talk about. What about this forest? Isn't that they cannot really develop companies in this country that can be working on what they are using that wood for in other countries? Because one thing I've noticed with these Central African countries that are surrounded or have a lot of timber is that most of them, they don't even use those timber, they export it to other countries. Why is it that they cannot take the advantage that they have by having those resources, and then they try to build by themselves and create what we are going to consume, and it will be cheaper? First of all, they sell it to the people, to other people at a cheaper price. Then those people produce what they want to produce and then sell back to us at an expensive price. Or who is losing? Why don't you take your own thing and produce what you can produce with it, or what you could buy from others, and your people will, excuse me, and your people will enjoy it at a cheaper price? Now you'll be asking me that how would they be able to produce it? But send people to go and learn from those countries. Invest 10 years, send people to go and learn, then come back and produce. That is what the people from Malaysia did. They sent students to go and learn how to make caterpillars. And now Malaysia is making good caterpillars that that other people do not know how to do, because they actually send students to go and learn that. And we from Africa, we can also send people to go and learn how to use those resources and produce what is going to be beneficial to every single person. I am not going to use my platform only to show what is good in the eyes, but I'm also going to be using this in order to educate other Africans so that our eyes can open and we see how we can work our things well. Correct me if I am wrong. I am just trying to use my platform to also see how we can stand by ourselves and produce what is going to be of great benefit to us all. This is this kind of video that you might be thinking I have given you every full details, but I have given you just a few places, because if you look well, if you are someone who understands geography, you see that the sun is getting set. And when we started the video, it was morning, meaning that we have been running on this since morning, and the video is still about 21 minutes. The target of this video was not only to show these roads that are bad, but to show the transition, how we were able to move on these roads till we finally entered the good side. And now we are here, is almost getting to sunset, and we have not been able to come out. So the question I have, when we were at this point in time, the question I had was, are we truly going to see tar road? Because I was getting exhausted, I was getting discouraged, I was getting kind of nervous, like, because everything was just somehow funny and there was no hope for a city, there was no hope for town, no sign and symptom. Because sometimes when you are heading towards a city, the first sign that you start seeing is that you might start seeing vehicles, you start seeing people. But since we began the journey, when we even began, we were seeing vehicles and people. And now that we have been moving for hours till we reach the level of even experiencing sunset, I was still experiencing and seeing nothing. And I was like, is this truly going to be our fate? Like, we will not see a city today? Because one of the things I don't always like to experience is getting to a place at night. Getting to a place in the dark is always one of my nightmares. So I've always wanted everything possible to avoid that, only for me to see that the sun is getting set and we are just going and going and going, and yet no hope yet for where we are going or any sign and symptoms of us arriving. But if you can see this video as a blame, that is a sign that actually we finally got to the place. So if we are here, it's a sign that we will be there very soon. But it's just that I'm saying how I was feeling, like how I was so nervous, how I was kind of anxious to understand what is going on, because I couldn't be asking one and the same question when they had already told me that no, we are going to get to the civilization as soon as possible. Then I keep disturbing them. No, I had to also behave, even though I was actually so anxious because of the situation that was at hand.
Shoes on the golden ground. Sway in the autumn leaves. You are beautiful when you look at me. Can you feel my love? Oh, oh, oh. Can you feel my love? Oh, 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 oh.
When we talk about risks, this is exactly what we were talking about. We just passed this truck, and if you look at the kind of things that were loaded on it, you can understand and agree with me that it is very, very dangerous for it to be moving in this kind of road. We are just from seeing a place whereby these trucks collapse. What if there was a small car like this one? Look at, we are actually ascending a hill, and our bus, or let me say our vehicle, is directly behind it. What if something happened? What if this one of these just actually cut off and is coming straight to the vehicle? These are things that actually make this particular road to be very, very dangerous, or to be considered to be very, very risky because of this situation. Because first of all, the route is not good, and then the kind of things that they are transporting are the kind that will make a place, or will make something look so dangerous. This is just an example, and you can agree with me that it is not something that is good to be in this way. Either they can fix the road, or they try to minimize the way by which they load these things, because for me I saw that the load was actually more than what it's supposed to be. But luckily we bypassed the vehicle, though there are so many of them. But anytime we see any, or anytime we meet one, my heart will just be skipping. But luckily we bypassed, and our journey arrived without any issue, and I also did not hear any record of accidents or anything. But that does not mean that they should just allow things like that. The road is still bad, as you can see. The vehicle is still shaking, so it's still the same thing as we had said from the beginning.
Ooh, it's the fall, they're falling in love. Ooh, it's the fall, they're falling in love. Ooh, it's
I'm not making this for the sake of video, but it's been a long time I saw dust. Honestly, it has been a very, very long time. You see, this is one of the trucks again that is actually giving us this dust. And like I explained, the way by which transportation in Gabon is done is that some people sit in them inside and some people are outside. So I'm just thinking of how those people outside are going to be. I'm just feeling on their behalf. And luckily the driver was so good that he had to calm down and wait for the truck to go. At some places, you will see a caterpillar trying to fix, but as they are fixing the road, you won't even go for a longer distance, and then you see that the road that they are fixing has stopped. So that's what I don't understand about their own way of making things. In the middle of nowhere, you just see a caterpillar fixing, and then after some time, to that same caterpillar will be gone, and then after some kilometers, you will see it again. Or after some kilometers, you see trucks. After some times, you don't see it. They are just there, and it's funny to me. But thank God for the experience. If I couldn't pass through this road, I wouldn't understand how a lot of people are facing a lot of challenges, and we are here without being aware. This video is just here to help us show that no matter what you are doing, you should be appreciative of what you have at hand for the moment. This is a sign that we have to actually appreciate what we have, as earlier mentioned. Their song was very, very funny. Yeah, I know that there is a noise from the breeze and other things that's disturbing, but it was funny. I just said, let me allow you so that we can listen to it. That was funny. But anyway, at this point in time, the driver saw that I was getting tired, and he gave me the good news by saying that in less than 5 minutes we will be in the town. I thought he was joking because I can't see anything or any sign that we are getting towards the city, and he was like, no, I shouldn't bother that. Finally we are going out of chaos. He noticed that I was already getting nervous, I was already getting excited, and I was already getting town too, because these antenna are showing network. And I started seeing stuff that indicated that there was a town, like the electric poles. You see electric poles were already around. Seeing houses here, even though the houses are not much, but these were already sign that okay, the town is not more far. The antenna, the electric poles, we are the first signs, so we are actually getting there for real. Ladies and gentlemen, finally we are here. Yes, we are here, we are here, we are here, we are here, we are here. You can see the difference now. So we actually came out here, and you can see the kind of vehicles that are passing. So most vehicles, they are not actually taking this our own road that we came out from. I don't know the kind of location where I was from. I can see the direction to Libreville and Franceville. Finally, signs of Libreville. There is a signboard over there indicating that we are going to Libreville, and then this side we are going to Franceville. And where we are coming from, the new, they are also pointing, so it shows that this is the main road going there. So logically, we have arrived, and then welcome to Tar Road. We have not yet entered, but I believe that we are, as from here, we are entering now with Tar Road, nothing else again. Yep, 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 yep. Oh, I felt some energy flow in me, some positive energy flow. Well, this is their road. It is not strange. It is not different. Yeah, there are roads that we have seen that looks like this. It's good. And then actually finally coming out here, I felt so different. I felt so relaxed, and I felt alive again. So if we can come out on the road and you can also start seeing people moving, this is already a clear sign that we are actually entering Libreville very soon. This is just a normal sign. When you are entering a town, you start seeing houses, you start seeing people, you start seeing one or two things. So this is very normal and understandable. Wow, it's good. And from just arriving here, you just automatically forget the stress you had passed through. Yes, I remember, and I know you can still feel the pains, you can still feel your body being hurt, but at least just by moving in a smooth lane now makes things better. And here, I don't seem to see so many vehicles, so we are actually on a high speed, and I feel and understand that we might definitely reach there before it is night. Well, these Gabon people, they like to stop and drink and smoke. That's what I've noticed about them. Any small thing, you want to drink, want to smoke, want to drink juice, all those stuff. So me, I just want to go home. Now they have stopped that they want to drink juice. But anyways, let me step out and see if I can get something. But literally, this place looks like Cameroon. Let me see if I can drop and see something. But literally, this place just looks like Cameroon. If I do a video here and I'm not careful, people might be thinking that I did a video in Cameroon instead. But anyways, let me drop out and see if I can get something to bite or drink like juice. Yeah. I just entered the supermarket. I'm looking for anything milkish that I can take. But I think I'll go with this. I don't know if there is sugar there or there's no sugar. But I should try the other one. This one is bouquet. Though the evaluation says, well, I'll go with this. I just got my first stop from the supermarket. I want to cross now. Yeah, this place seems to be a bit congested, so I have to be careful when I'm doing the crossing. But I think the vibe is I just need to be careful and then I'll survive here. Where here it does not have the opening like others from Guinea and Cameroon, but I just had to open it with my teeth and just go. Luckily there's no sugar, so I'm good. I'm not using the plastic. What part of paper is this? Nylon. Yeah, nylon paper. It's nylon that they are using. Not plastic. Flexing. These people just leave their car, the hillocks with me alone. What if I just drive and go? Here there are a lot of things now that looks familiar. If you look, you just see that we passed where they are also hawking things on the road or on vehicles, just like it is done in some countries whereby a vehicle come and stand and then those people bring their cargo or whatever for sale. So this is something that is happening in a lot of places, and I also saw that is happening here. So this is a town to show that okay, it's like open and related to other towns in Africa. Do you guys, can you imagine that there were two foreigners inside this? Because since I entered through Equatorial Guinea, there was also one woman that entered through Equatorial Guinea. She was sitting beside me, but she didn't want that I should show her face, so I couldn't just be showing the face without her permission. But now, when they stopped, the driver invited her to come and take juice and then left me here. Am I not also a passenger, or am I not a foreigner too, or can they not give me something? Like, what's going on here? Why are the people of Gabon behaving like this, or is it because I'm not a woman? Anyways, I'm good here alone. Yeah, that's all I can say. People here smoking, man. This is already Libreville. From the entrance here, you can see that there are many buses that are carrying people to the town. Most of them are actually working like taxis. All these details will be given when we are exploring Libreville, but this is just the entrance to the city. From here, I will try to look for a hotel where we can sleep, and then the next video we will be seeing how to explore the city together. I caught my friend that I'm around, so he said I should give him some few minutes. I just have to stand where I feel safe. Because this town seems chaotic. So I just have to stand where I feel safe, then I wait for him. That's all. So I'm waiting for him. Take a week. My shape banana, take a week. First food in Libreville. Don't mind that it's on the floor. We have a spaghetti meat and then mayonnaise. Yeah, it's mayonnaise that is white like that. It's Babana that made it, so please don't mind the way my mayonnaise is, because I had to do takeaway and then I had to put on the plate before eating. I just pray it's nice.